Okay, so we're back again. Episode 35 of the Lonely Stoner podcast. I'm Seth,
And I'm Evan.
and we're back again with another episode, of course, following the death of wrestling legend Hulk Hogan. This episode will be dedicated to him, absolute legend of the industry, transcended the industry in many ways. Had, I mean, no doubt, he's probably accumulatively the largest drawing star in wrestling history. Must be.
Yeah, when you take into consideration year after year, in multiple eras, what he was able to do, put companies on his back, you know, it's no question he's in that top bracket of all time draws for sure.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But we're going to go over his career in this episode. We're going to talk about the major talking points, his rise of Hulkamania, his WCW run. Of course, after WCW closes, he comes back to WWE for a period. So talk about that run, and then of course when he joins TNA as well. And then of course after that, WrestleMania 30 and his WWE career post that event there. So yeah, should we get into it?
Yeah, let's kick it off.
Okay, so you've got his early and pre WWF sort of run, and he's worked in a couple of different companies: AWA, NWA, New Japan Pro Wrestling. He even wrestles in. But we're gonna kick it off in 1983 when he joins WWF full time. That's when he makes his debut. Then already, come January 23rd, 1984, he defeats the Iron Sheik in MSG to become the WWF champion and launches Hulkamania and is champion until 1987. Right.
Damn.
Of course, 1985 he headlines the first WrestleMania, becoming a mainstream crossover. Um, you know, you had celebrities involved with WrestleMania one, and that was really one of the big moments in forming WWF into being one of the biggest wrestling companies of all time. Of course, WrestleMania is still an event that even goes on even now. What we're on now,
So,
WrestleMania
what
41,
was that?
42.
Was it the first one that Mr. T was on?
I think so.
What one
And
was
like
Mr.
Muhammad
T? I think
Ali.
it was the first one, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
they went crazy with it.
yeah, facts.
They called it
Got to.
WrestleMania for a reason,
Got to, bro.
and it's without a doubt the biggest wrestling event that happens every year,
Yeah,
without a
without a doubt,
shadow of a doubt.
you see the impact it has on the cities that it goes to. It
Yeah,
boosts their whole economy, which
yeah,
is,
it puts cities on tourism, the fans, everything. It's just
yeah,
yeah,
it's up there with like Super Bowls and those huge sort of
definitely,
sporting events.
definitely. It's only yeah, them American sports. Yeah, it's up there. It's definitely
Yeah,
up there. Maybe even sort of the biggest. Probably not.
yeah,
Super Bowl's probably bigger, but
yeah,
WrestleMania, yeah, no, it has. It's its own thing. It's its own thing for
definitely,
sure. Obviously,
definitely.
Hulk
Then,
Hogan was a part of that.
of
Major,
course,
major part of that. So, yeah.
and in 1987, you have the iconic main event of WrestleMania 3 when he body slams Andre the Giant in front of 90,000 fans.
Everyone knows that match. I think no matter who
Everyone.
you are as a fan, if you know about WWE, you know about that match. Like
And
if you've heard of it, you would know about that match.
and there's people that probably might not even know that match, but they know that visual, they know that scene when
Yeah,
it's been replayed so many times
for
throughout
sure.
history and time that like everyone knows it, right? Then come 1989 and 1990, he has his second WWF title reign. He faces Randy Savage at WrestleMania 5 and then faces Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6 in the Ultimate Challenge, which was his first clean televised loss
To Randy Savage,
to Ultimate Warrior.
Ultra Warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be to someone like Warrior as well, wouldn't it?
of course.
Kind of just similar as Hogan.
In many ways, yeah. And
Like in essence, a similar type of character, different on the outside but the same on the inside.
yeah, I guess you can't really if you're Hulk Hogan, you can't say to Ultimate Warrior, it doesn't work for me, brother, innit? You can only say that for so long.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, so after that, we go to 1991 and 1993. He has an additional two WWF title runs, including WrestleMania 7 versus Sergeant Slaughter and this Tuesday in Texas angle with the Undertaker, and a WrestleMania 9 impromptu match versus Yokozuna. So
And wasn't there a whole thing like he wouldn't drop the title to someone, so he dropped it to Yokozuna instead, or something like that? I
I
remember hearing
think it
something like that.
might have been he didn't want to drop the title to Bret Hart, so then he dropped it to Yokozuna, and then Yokozuna was supposed to beat Bret Hart, and then yeah, they had the impromptu match.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
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 weird. Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
There's so much background politics. I mean, really and truly, like the title means something, but how much does it really mean?
Low key. I mean, people would argue that it really is just a prop on a TV show.
It, technically, it is. Yeah, technically
Yeah,
it is. But there is a certain attention and what feels like probably enhancement of money as well. When you get a
yeah,
championship, probably get more opportunities and things like that.
yeah. Not long after that, we get you get his WCW run, where in 1994 he debuts in WCW at Bash at the Beach, where he defeats Ric Flair for the WCW World Heavyweight Title in his in-ring debut at that pay-per-view. Uh, Guy makes his debut in the company, wins a world title in his debut. That's crazy. But if anyone's going to do it, it's Hulk Hogan. If you can do that with anyone, it's Hogan.
Because he speaks for himself. Because the way wrestling was essentially introduced when like Vince McMahon was essentially just getting rid of the territory system, he was just
Yeah,
making WWF the main one of America. When he's building that up and then he has Hulk Hogan, he just becomes sort of the face of global wrestling,
yeah.
American wrestling, national wrestling at least at that time. But
And
it
of
was
course,
more. It was a global thing. People from around the world were watching the first WrestleMania.
definitely. And obviously, even the following WrestleManias, of course, people still watching as well. Like the business just grew and grew and grew. And of course, for WCW to sign Hulk Hogan, that's of course like the biggest name they've ever had in the company's history.
Of course, yeah,
Because Hulk
100%.
Hogan's a bigger name than Ric Flair, and Ric Flair's a huge name.
He's a, yeah.
Hulk Hogan's
I'll be honest.
Hogan's a bigger name.
The only person who might be a bigger name than him is John Cena.
Yeah,
Honestly, if you ask me, that might be the only wrestler that's ever been a bigger name than Hulk Hogan.
yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
if you ask anyone on the street, name a WWE wrestler, they'll either say John Cena or Hulk Hogan. I feel like they're
Yeah,
the two that anyone would name.
yeah, low key.
Like if they're like over 30, over 40, they'll probably say Hulk Hogan, and younger they'll probably say
Yeah,
John Cena.
yeah, probably that's facts. Yeah, different generations, isn't it?
So that goes to show that that sort of era of wrestling, it really was just his.
Yeah, no, it was 100%. Then we get to 1994/95. At this point, he's had multiple WCW heavyweight title reigns and becomes WCW's longest reigning champion, while he holds the belt for 469 days.
Yeah, again, like he speaks for himself. The WCW being able to get a hold of him, of course they're going to have him in that sort of position, and I have no doubt that he likely had some stuff in his contract, essentially saying he was going to be an undefeated top guy, hold the title for this amount of time. All that stuff was probably like stipulated in, or some sort of creative control for Hogan for sure.
It probably was, but also in the same breath, like he was still by far the biggest name they ever had. So like
Yeah,
logically, it makes sense for him to be at the top of the card anyway.
of course, yeah, of course. But
Um,
yeah, he was the guy for them.
yeah, yeah. Some multiple title runs. Then we get to July 7th, 1996, and this is when he turns the wrestling world on its head. He has the heel turn at Bash of the Beach 1996. He joins Scott Hall and Kevin Nash to form the New World Order as Hollywood Hogan, and pivoting WCW into dominance during the Monday Night Wars.
Is that the best heel turn ever?
Yeah, they fumbled Cena's, so yeah,
Yeah, they did fumble Cena's. It was just super
yeah,
like not like it could have worked, but they just did it weird with Cena.
yeah,
But obviously Hogan, it was done so well, and obviously the guys they put him with as well definitely helped. You had two other cold guys, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
yeah. And of course, it was a crazy heel turn, and then the run he goes on as well is, I mean, we'll get into it now. So from 1996 to 1998, he's a leader of the NWO. WCW beats WWF in ratings for 83 consecutive weeks, thanks in part to Hogan's heel persona. Right, so he turns heel, becomes the face of the company again, sort of. I mean, because he sort of was a few years previous. But then WCW was sort of floundering for a bit because Hogan sort of fallen off. People had sort of gotten a bit sick of him, and he needed something to sort of revive his career. And this is what he done, and just becomes again second lease on life for his career. And dominates WWF for 83 consecutive weeks in the ratings, something that no other company's been able to do since Hogan done it.
Yeah, nah. That's WCW were a real threat at that time.
Yeah,
WWE were definitely worried that they were gonna get overtaken by WCW permanently. That was a definite threat at the time, and you can look back at it and see that WWE eventually bought them out and then violated their guys when they came to WWE.
yeah,
But if you take into context at the time, it it was a massive threat, and no one has been able to do that in this era or even that era.
no,
I mean, are AEW like the modern day number two? Do you think they've overtaken TNA as more competitive?
yes, yeah. No, I would say so. Yeah, or as in
I mean, not
like
in
TNA.
longevity.
You mean TNA when they were like really competing with WWE, or like
Yeah.
TNA now?
Do you think AEW competing nowadays, or maybe even a couple years ago when they had CM Punk, were bigger than TNA ever were?
Yeah, yeah, they were.
You reckon?
Yeah, they were doing bigger arenas. They were, yeah,
And they had some
yeah,
crazy names.
yeah. No, they did, and they did some big shows. Yeah, some crazy names and some big shows. Like shows that even TNA in their prime, we could never have dreamed of doing some of the arenas that AEW's done. Like AEW have done the stadiums. TNA's never done a stadium.
But AEW do have the era advantage.
In terms of what?
Like they came about in this era. They like had this era's style of wrestling.
Yes, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. No, I do agree. Yeah, and they started at an interesting time where you had four of like the biggest free agents available, and they started a company. Like you had the Young Bucks who were huge at the time, Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes. Like
Yeah.
some of the biggest names outside of WWE were all available at the same time, and they started a company. Like
The money,
that
of
sort of
course,
thing doesn't
helps
happen.
when you're able to just secure all of them as well.
No, facts, of course. That's really the key to it because without the money, then you've not got half the roster, obviously, because people want to be paid.
Of course, can't have your cake and eat it.
Facts. But also during this run for Hulk Hogan, and even throughout his career, he's always been known as like someone who's been willing to politic and use creative control, and almost he just wants to win all the time, right? So during this period where he's dominating with the NWO, there's throughout history sort of been like a sentiment that he's sort of, how can I say, like he's like taking priority over WCW. So like him being the heel that's squashing all the faces, they're not being able to build any
It's
baby
almost.
faces
I get
up.
what you're saying. It's almost like the Hulk Hogan show and not WCW.
Yes, yeah, but I want to challenge that thinking because it did actually give give a route to WCW building some of their biggest baby faces. It built Sting, it built Goldberg, and it built
Sting was arguably
DDP.
one of the biggest names that never wrestled in the WWE up till obviously, of course, he did. What was it like? Was that
Yes,
2014 or something?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But up to that
Um,
point, he probably was like the biggest name that never wrestled in WWE.
yeah. 'Cause who else? No, there's not really anyone else that it would have been. 'Cause everyone sort of been in WWE until you get guys like AJ Styles and all that, but Sting
So
was a
was
way
he
bigger
in
name.
it early in his career, or was he just never in it?
I don't
Sting.
think he was ever in WWE. I don't think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, WCW was able to build three baby faces off the back of it. Obviously, like I said, Sting, Goldberg, and DDP. Obviously, these three guys were stars that stayed with WCW right until the end, and were
Big,
big
big,
names
big names for them. Yeah,
for them
huge.
right until the end. So maybe he's just selective. Almost like the older I get, the more I kind of understand Hogan, where he's like, he's made a brand for himself, made like himself into like one of the biggest names in wrestling. He doesn't just want to lose to just anyone on TV. Like, if you're going to lose to someone, it's going to be like Warrior at WrestleMania 7. It's going to be like Goldberg for the world title. It has
Of
to be
course,
like,
like
special.
it's one of those things, isn't it? Like when we say it, it sounds like it makes sense, but then when he says it, it just sounds egotistical, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
he's the
yeah,
one that's the character
yeah,
and the brand. But it is just what it is.
yeah.
It sounds different coming from different people, right?
Of course,
But
always.
WCW were able to find immense success with this plan, so I
Yeah,
mean, it showed to be likely the best option for them.
yeah. And then, of course, like everything in wrestling, all good things come to an end. And throughout 98, 99, 2000, they just rinse and repeat the NWO idea. You know, completely sort of butcher it, spin it off into different factions, reunite it again,
They
destroys
got Vince
the whole
Russo-fied.
thing. Yes,
Got Vince
it did.
Russo-fied.
Yeah, it did. So Vince Russo joins WCW in 1999, and of course, at this time, Hogan becomes more involved in backstage politics. It says in ChatGPT, and they're more involved in politics and creative conflicts, notably with Vince Russo. And WCW eventually declines throughout 2000, ultimately resulting in them closing their doors in 2001. And that's
Yeah,
that for Hogan's run in WCW. You know, a run where, like I said, he got a second lease on life, held the world title multiple times, was involved in the greatest heel turn and subsequent heel run, probably of all time, and helped build some of WWE's biggest stars. So it's not all bad. I'm probably collected multiple fat paychecks along the way as well.
yeah, you have to think so, right?
Yeah.
And not even think about not you don't even think about what he was paid for wrestling. Think about how famous he was and the brand deals and sponsorships and the
Huh,
rest of it.
I'm sure around this time in the 90s he runs for president or something.
Yeah, no, you have to be super breaded to even think about doing that.
Because I remember, I'm sure he was like world champion in WCW, and he comes out and like vacates the belt. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go and become president, brother."
Yeah,
And
that's true.
uh, yeah, mad. Okay, so of course WCW closes in 2001. In come 2002, Hogan returns to WWE. He goes on to win the undisputed WWE Championship and has his sixth WWE title reign. In 2003, he wrestles as one of your favorite characters, Mr. America, before ending his active run and has one final WWE match at SummerSlam 2006 against Randy Orton. Of course, yeah, it's missing out a few things. Missing out the Rock v Hogan match at Mania,
Yeah,
which is one of
that's
my favorite
probably
matches.
that's probably his biggest moment back in the WWE.
Yeah, it
Definitely his
must
biggest
be.
moment.
Yeah,
Even though he lost,
yeah. That's
but
one of
it's
those
alright.
situations where like it's okay to lose. Yeah, it's The Rock at
Yeah,
WrestleMania. Like it's okay.
and it was a great
Crowd's going
match.
crazy. Yeah,
It was a great match. The crowd went. A good crowd will definitely elevate a match. 1000% can
yeah,
elevate a
definitely.
match. As seen in
Always.
that match, if anyone watches that match, technically it's not an amazing match. They're sort of just
No,
like doing their moves and hitting their finishes and signatures and kicking out. But obviously the crowd just enhances it so much. It just becomes one of the greatest matches of all time.
definitely. Oh.
And it's very rewatchable as well.
Of course, when he's back in WWE, they reunite the NWO, but it's not the same at this
It's not
point.
the
It's
same,
like
yeah.
nearly 10, not 10 years on, but like it's way past its sell by date at this point. Um, you've got
Thinking, how
Kevin
can they
Nash
be a
getting
new world
injured.
order when they're not new?
Facts, they're all old guys at this point. Like, even then, Hogan was old.
Yeah, and he's really out here, like damn near 20 years after the first WrestleMania, just wrestling.
Bro, bro.
If
Um,
you think about these days, guys do have much longer careers these days.
Not like that though. Not like
No, not like that.
Hogan.
But look at Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio's like the only one though.
What, Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Uh, like the Miz wrestled for ages. Our Truth.
Yeah, our
John
truth.
Cena.
Yeah. Cena's packing it in though.
Yeah, he's packing it in. He's packing it in. But still,
Yeah, that's
even The
true.
Rock.
Yeah, but he hardly wrestles still.
Yeah, no, he's more of like a guest star.
Yeah.
You know, like on the sitcoms when the guy walks through the door and then the crowd are just there cheering and clapping, and the guy just is looking
Yes.
around for a couple
He
of
has,
seconds.
he has to wait until he can deliver his lines, isn't it?
Facts. How many shows, like all them Nickelodeon shows or whatever.
Facts.
But yeah, no, he's
Right.
that sort of guy.
No, he is. Of course, Hogan is inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame in 2005, and then inducted again as part of the NWO in 2020. Then throughout 2005 and 2006, he wrestles part time, uh, appears in WWE programming and documentaries, and eventually fades out of storyline presence. So that's the end of his WWE return. One point they sort of missed out here. So between his WWE departure and the time he joins TNA, so from 2009 to 2008, I think he goes on like this Australia tour. So it's a tour of Australia. It's supposed to be like Hogan versus Flair. Both of these guys were out of WWE at the time, and they sort of done a tour of Australia. Now, it's sort of like gone down in like infamy in the wrestling online wrestling community because like you can't find footage of it anywhere. I think they did like it was like scheduled for like 4 or 5 shows. They got to 2 shows in, clocked they weren't making any money, and then just locked it off, cancelled the other events. But
Jesus.
yeah, goes to show, innit?
That bad.
Yeah. So that happens. Then in 2009, he signs with TNA alongside Eric Bischoff, leading an announcement that Impact will air live on Mondays to compete with WWE Raw. And then, yeah, that happens for TNA. To be honest, the numbers that TNA were doing back then, if AEW were doing them now, like they would be gassed. Like they would kill for those numbers.
No, 100%. And that, I mean, AEW numbers were very good, but they just absolutely fell off a cliff. Like, I'm not just trying to hate on them, but
Yeah.
because I actually do think they should be appealing to a certain type of fan. But
But also, if we'll think about that, then how many people is that certain type of fan?
yeah, I mean, I guess because really, if you like any sort of professional wrestling, most people are going to watch WWE and not even think about anything else. So
Yeah,
it's
because
hard
I
in the
mean,
first place.
WWE deliver like how many hours of content each week? Like if you really love wrestling and you're a WWE fan, you'll just watch that. Like you won't even have time to watch anything else because you got a
Yeah,
life and shit.
for real, you got multiple hour shows coming out every week.
Yeah.
You can't be watching that and all the stuff. You know,
I think the only way
AEW
you'd be able
bring
to do
out.
that is literally if it was your job. Yeah, people like review wrestling on YouTube. That's their job.
Watch
That's the only
every
way you'd be able
single
to do
show.
it.
Like that's
Yeah,
dedicating, well, probably like 10 plus hours a week
just to wrestling.
just to watching it.
Yeah, that's wild. If it's your job, I mean, I can think of worse jobs. To be fair.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, then people that they have to, wipe old people's bums and that sort of stuff. Well, I don't think I'd do
Yeah.
that for all. You'd have to pay me stupid money to do that.
Yeah,
I'd
but
rather be
even
homeless.
then, if you were paying me stupid money, I would just take that money and pay like a third party, not third party, third country, minority to do that job.
Yeah, no, for sure. You have to take advantage where you can.
Got to, bro. Um,
But yeah, Hulk Hogan's TNA run.
yeah, so he joins TNA in 2009, announces that they're going to be competing with WWE. Now, people at the time were laughing at TNA, right? But TNA during this time, I'm sure they cracked over 2 million viewers on Impact Live.
That's if AEW were to hit those sort of numbers, they like you said, they would kill for them. That's
You know what I mean? They'd
I don't
kill
I
for
don't
those
even think
numbers.
that's really touching a quarter of that. Really, from
No,
what I'm hearing, they're not
no,
even touching a quarter of that. So
no.
it goes
But
to
there
show,
was a
right?
point where they were steadily doing, at the start, they were steadily doing 1 million a week, but it's just declined to like 500,000 a week now. Yeah. And of course,
But
at that time when TNA were
yeah,
doing 2 mil a week, WWE were doing like 5 mil a week.
of course, wrestling it has its years where it's really hot, where you just
Yeah.
have people who are about really having good runs.
But also, think about this as a time in the world. It's 2009. A lot more people are watching on TV. Like now, even if it was on TV, I probably wouldn't watch it live. I'd probably just watch the highlights on YouTube or whatever. But you didn't really have that in 2009. So you had more people in general watching TV, of
And even
course.
people would be, recording it on their playback and watching it afterwards and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
this
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
stuff. All the people around the world are doing this. But
Yeah.
nowadays, yeah, I guess it's sort of different how people are watching it.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
But even their YouTube numbers, I think, seem to be pretty decent. Overall, their
Yeah,
WWE's brand is just so extremely strong that
yeah,
for AEW to compete, it's kind of impossible to be honest.
yeah.
I mean, that's
I'm
why even
almost.
getting the sort of
Yeah.
names they did, the CM Punks,
Mm,
they still didn't even really get close.
no, that goes to show, like, almost no wrestling company can compete with WWE. So don't even try. Like, try and be the best AEW, not try and compete and take WWE's spot.
It's like how a New Japan is very successful and very respected, and they're their own thing, which is separate
Yeah,
from WWE. It's a distinct brand, New
yeah,
Japan, and I assume they make money. They've been doing it for long enough.
yeah. You think so? And if they're not
They
making money, fucking hell, what chance have we got? Innit?
their fan base.
Yeah,
They do their sort of matches, and it's a respect. Everyone needs to. You can't kind of try and be another WWE. It's kind
no,
of impossible because people who are going to watch wrestling will just watch WWE.
yeah,
You
true.
kind of have to be your own thing, but that's
Yeah,
you got to think though. WCW were kind of just a bit of a more wild. Because obviously, not from the start, they were kind of like a regional-ish sort of company, weren't they? Before they sort of got money pump and blew up.
yeah, they were. That's right. So they were like a smaller company, and then like Ted Turner got involved and sort of
Yeah,
pumped millions into it, and went to Eric Bischoff and was like, "What would it take for us to overtake a WWF?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go head to head with them live on Monday nights." And he wasn't expecting Ted Turner to say yes, but then he said yes and had to make it work, and did
yeah, and even
until it
TNA
didn't.
they had their USP with the six-sided ring, and they had
Yeah,
certain wrestlers that had really never been in WWE and were their own
yeah,
sort of unique attraction, and they had guys that were in WWE bringing
yeah,
a long name value.
yeah,
TNA was like a good combination of things from WWE, but a unique spin and a difference.
yeah. Because I think Kurt Angle spent longer in TNA than he did in WWE.
That yeah, when did he debut in WWE?
I want to say
Probably
like
would have been
99.
yeah, because he wasn't young, right? I mean, he wasn't old, but he
He'd
wasn't
already
like
been an
super
Olympian,
young.
innit?
Yeah,
Probably from
and then what?
like 99 to 2006, 2007. Then was in WC, and then TNA from 2007 until 2016.
It's actually crazy how good his run in WWE is, though. His run is
Yeah, I mean, he's had
insane.
like 2 Hall of Fame careers. Well, he probably is in the Hall of Fame of TNA and WWE, rightfully so.
Yeah, for sure. He is. No, he's one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Definitely Kurt Angle, but this is it's a Hulk Hogan video, and
Yeah,
he
it's a Hogan video.
glaze the man
Yeah.
Hogan. Well, I guess we're talking
Yeah.
about TNA, which is relevant
Yeah.
to sort of what he's in. But he was in TNA, right? He didn't really wrestle in TNA, did he?
Hogan, he had a few matches, but nah, he didn't really wrestle.
He was
To
more
be
like a
honest,
on-screen character.
yeah, so I'll get into that now. So from 2010 to 2011, he was the integral part of the Immortal faction and on-screen co-owner and wrestler occasionally during major angles. So that I mean, he was part of Immortal, which was just this weird sort of group that him and Eric Bischoff were the face of or head of. Um, very very sort of weird faction, and then they joined with basically Ric Flair's version of the Four Horsemen in TNA called Fortune, which was I believe AJ Styles. Who else? Kazarian and Beer Money. So
What a name!
Beer Money and the tag team, yeah. Yeah, no, they were like a legendary TNA tag team, to be fair. But Immortal, yeah, were weird faction. We're sort of just giving Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff a group for the sake of it. Actually, to be fair, I think when Jeff Hardy turned heel, he joined Immortal, to be fair. But it wasn't a good heel run. It was very weird. Uh, that's the start of his TNA run. And then from 2011 to 2013, he serves as on-screen general manager. He then exits TNA in early 2013 amid a storyline fallout with Dixie Carter, where she like begs him to stay. Literally is on her hands and knees, dragging him like, "Please stay in TNA," and he just leaves.
What? And
That's
that's
in,
actually how he leaves.
yeah, that's the story. Like the storyline, how he leaves, and then that doesn't appear in the company again.
See, that is cold though.
That is pretty cold, isn't it?
Like, WWE wouldn't do that.
No, no, no chance they would do that.
That is crazy that they just wrote him. I mean, he might have been leaving regardless of what they did story wise.
Yeah, no, I think he was. Yeah, he
It's
was.
cold that they did that story wise.
Yeah, I mean that was like a time, and then post that is like the horror years for TNA. Like that happens in 2013. Like 2014, they lose AJ Styles. 2015, they lose Samoa Joe. They lose Sting. Then like 2016, 2017, they lose Kurt Angle. So like within the space of like 4 years of Hulk Hogan leaving, they lose like their entire
That's crazy how late on they
spine of
had
their
Kurt
company.
Angle.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
I
And
know.
still putting on good matches as well. Like I remember watching TNA in like 2015, 2016, and like seeing him and Bobby Lashley having like pretty good matches on Impact, about world titles and stuff.
No, I remember. I didn't really watch him, but I do remember them times. I remember you like showing me some TNA as well here and there
Uh,
back in them times. And
uh,
yeah, it was
Back when
like
life
it
was
was always
simple,
its
innit?
own thing. Yeah, for real. Back when, yeah, no, a lot of life was really simple. There wasn't so much to worry about. But now,
Facts. Times when you
so it's
can
like
rip,
I keep saying
rip.
to people, like Thanos said, like we're cursed with knowledge. Like, you like me are
Facts, bro.
cursed with knowledge. Like we just know too much,
Facts, bro.
and it
That's
just
like
depresses us.
nowadays you just gotta rip the Penny Hardaway in silence, innit? Can't let everyone know.
Yeah, you
But,
ras it, you bake off, you rewatch The Sopranos for the fifth time like me, and then boom, you're chilling.
facts. Um, Remember when your boy Vito was in the club and the guy says to him, "Fuck you doing?"
Yeah, it's a joke, isn't it?
For real. It's a joke. Fuck you
Like,
doing?
Vito,
It's so
fuck,
joking.
it's a joke.
Nah.
Nah, imagine you saw your guy. Like, I don't know. To be fair,
Um,
no one should have a reason to be in there. If we're being real
not
about
for
it,
real, yeah. Like, why are
why have
you
guys?
hitting?
Like, I would think that these Italian mob lot would want to even stay away from that, even collecting
You'd
money.
think so, innit? Yeah.
Why are they in there? But at the same time,
Exactly.
Vito should be going out of town for that.
Yeah, it's true. But
You
also,
never know.
well, the moment these guys are in the mafia, like these men are desperate for anything still. So at this point, they probably don't even care if it's a gay bar. They want to get some money from them regardless.
I suppose, and theoretically, they could be seen as easy targets, right? Just the
Yeah.
gay bar, just pressure them quick.
Yeah,
They're gonna give
facts.
us money.
Yeah, facts.
Bear talking about the Sopranos on a Hulk Hogan podcast.
No, you should have guest starred on one episode though.
Who? Hulk Hogan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
missed out, innit?
Yeah.
He could have
Oh, I
reclaimed
mean,
some of his aura with that.
you could have, innit? So one thing they didn't mention on ChatGPT about his career, obviously, he was heavily involved in 2011, 2012, the storyline with the Aces and Eights, which, in my opinion, I sort of say is like one of the last great storylines in TNA, even though a lot of people hate on the Aces and Eights. It was basically like a biker gang that took over TNA. It came out the
Had
same
that Bubba
sort
Ray
of
in
time.
it.
Yeah, but Bully Ray was the like head of it. It was his stable. But they had guys like Devon in it, Mr. Anderson or Mr. Kennedy in WWE.
Brother
Uh,
Devon.
yeah, facts. Who else? Luke Gallows was in it. Mike Knox was in it. It's a lot of big white guys in like biker gear, innit?
Just yeah, intimidating looking guys that can pull off biker gear.
Yeah. Of course, when Bully Ray, made that heel turn, he turned on Jeff Hardy, joined the Aces and Eights. That was like a pretty good heel turn as well. Um, that Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan were involved in terms of storyline. But yeah, obviously it ended. It went out sad by the end because it went on for too long, and then I think it ended up with a match between Mr. Anderson and Bully Ray, and that ended the Aces and Eights. But by then it was cooked anyway. Um,
These mad storylines, they always do get strung out like that and taken too far and don't get a
well,
real conclusion. And you have so many guys and so many
yeah.
factions, that you don't know what's going on. You can't track who's done what.
Well, it was basically like Eric Bischoff trying to recreate the NWO, where you had a faction come in, invade the show, and you get a mystery leader, and you get a huge, not huge, but in terms of TNA, like a pretty big heel turn. This guy's the new leader. He's going to run the show. Bully Ray became world heavyweight champion, and then that goes on, and then like you said, too many people last for too long, and then it just fizzles out.
Yeah. So those
Yeah.
sort of mad storylines, a lot of them don't always. They always start cold, and a lot of them don't pan out as cold as you would have expected.
Ah, exactly. So then we get his post in-ring career and legacy. So 2014 to 2015, he returns to WWE in a part-time capacity. Of course, returns at WrestleMania 30. He would then go on to host events, inducted as NWO, and final regular WWE appearances ended in July 2015. Of course, he had that
And
legendary
after
moment
that,
at
he really just
WrestleMania.
had. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry,
go
go
on.
on. No, go on, go on, go on.
So he had the moment at WrestleMania 30 where he's drinking beers with Stone Cold and The Rock. Um, yeah, that was a legendary moment. Didn't he get the name of the arena wrong?
Yeah, he called it. It was either called he called it the wrong name, like the Super Silver Dome or something, or the Super
Yeah.
Dome, or he called it the Thunderdome.
Oh, facts. Thunderdome, facts.
Like, I just remember him saying it, and then the crowd was
Yeah.
like, "Oh!" They just grunted, they just
Yeah,
growled.
facts. Um, yeah. Oh, what were you gonna say following that?
No, after sort of 2015, the only thing
Yeah.
really I can remember him doing too tough is just making WrestleMania appearances every now and again.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just really what he had after. I don't really know in terms of I don't follow these sort of celebrities' personal lives, right? I don't really know what
Nah.
goes on in their personal lives. I don't really care. Like I care about him in a wrestling context.
Yeah.
Like what man was doing in his own time, I don't really care, and that's none of my business. So I don't really
Real.
follow. Like I don't know if he had any like business endeavors or this and that he did. I sort of just know him from a wrestling perspective.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting you say that because in a couple points I'm going to talk about what he done outside of the wrestling ring as well. But like you said, basically from 2018 until now, he was basically a WWE ambassador and launched a new wrestling league called Real American Freestyle, which is supposed to be dropping end of August. And he continued media appearances until he died on July 24th. But even in a few months, no, not a few months, but like a year ago when Trump was getting elected, you would see him at those conventions saying he wants to make America great again, brother, and all this stuff. So he was, pretty active and very much still in the public eye, even though he's, been out of WWE for a very long time, been out of wrestling matches regularly for a long time. He's able to keep himself relevant and stay in the public eye, which is something that not many wrestlers are able to do. But I guess Hulk Hogan, he was one of the biggest names in wrestling in the 80s, one of the biggest names in wrestling through the 90s, and still massively relevant through the 2000s and 2010s and even into the 2020s.
Yeah, 100%. And rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, man. Like, doesn't deserve the treatment that people are giving him online.
It's
This
been it's
oh,
been mixed, yeah.
like
I
if you
mean,
like if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it, sort of shit. That's what
yeah,
I've learned in life. Like
well,
treat people how you want to be treated. If you ain't got something nice to say, don't say it. Like
that's
my guys out
that's
here, oh I don't
yeah.
know how to feel about Hulk Hogan dying. No, no, rest in peace though. Like what? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Bro, guy's
I
dead, bro. Like,
either just say rest in peace and keep it stepping, or don't say nothing,
yeah,
because that's bad judge.
I hear it. I hear it. So outside of wrestling, he acted in films. He acted in a film called Rocky 3, No Holds Barred, and Mr. Nanny. I've never heard of those last two, but of course, Rocky 3.
Remember him in Rocky, yeah.
He had a reality TV show called Hogan Knows Best, which followed him and his family. Apparently, I think that went on for like 4 seasons, which is pretty crazy to think about. That,
Yeah, four
this,
seasons of a show.
yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
He had some music ventures. Apparently, he founded Hulkamania Enterprises and his beer brand, and it's supposed to be, or allegedly, his net worth peaked at $30 million, which I don't
It's
know. It
not
feels a
bad.
bit low. I don't know, but it feels a bit low. But
You have to
it
take
had me
into
thinking.
perspective the era he was making money in was predominantly as well.
Yeah, that's true. His earning potential, the max would have been like pre 2000. Then after 2000s, it would be. I mean,
Yeah,
he
it
would have
would
made a
have.
nice bit of change in TNA as well. They would have paid him a
No,
bag
from just
to
even
get him.
event appearances and stuff like this, he would have been eaten. He would have
Yeah,
definitely been eaten.
I mean,
But
30
you
mil.
know,
He's not broke,
30
but
mil,
yeah,
it's not bad, isn't it? Probably could have been
it's not
smart
bad
with his
at all.
money, but it's not bad. It's not
Yeah,
fucking bad, is it?
yeah, for
I
real.
wouldn't mind being worth 30 million.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, but it is
But would I
cold that
would you
go on.
go through what he's gone through to be worth 30 million?
This is what I'm saying though. Would it? It's cold that Ozzy Osbourne died at 76. A man didn't exercise a day in his life, and he lived 5 more years than Hogan.
And all the shit he did to himself as well,
Yeah,
the drugs he took.
for real.
Obviously, Hulk Hogan definitely took drugs. Let's just say that.
Yes. No,
But
definitely.
considering like it's supposed to be a fitness guy in shape, this and that, and he's living 5 years less than Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
It's mad, but that's how life is. How many
For real,
times do you
bro.
see people smoke their entire lives and never get no sort of lung cancer or lung problems, and then people who never smoke get lung cancer? It happens. Some people are
It does
just
happen. Yeah,
people are just built to live a certain way.
yeah.
So
But hell of a career for Hulk Hogan, though.
hell of a career, hell of a career.
You know?
Essentially, if you ask me, there was a good chunk of years where he was wrestling. He
Yeah,
was it.
definitely.
You know, it's like very, very, very few people can say the things he would be able to say about himself. What he did
It's true.
for wrestling, who he was as a wrestler.
Yeah, it's true. Because who could even be in those conversations? What, Stone Cold, Ric Flair?
Even then,
That's it. That's really it. Cena. Literally a handful of other people who are like also the goats in wrestling. That goes to show the conversations he's even in, right?
no, for sure. And there's also people that act like they're not prejudicing him, and then they're just making his career out to be worse than it is. But his career
You always
is
get people like
extremely
that, though.
serious. Yeah, you do.
You're gonna get people like that. Like no matter who they are. Like Hogan's had one of the best careers ever, and even him, people try to diminish his career. Like he's not one of the biggest drawing stars of all time. Not been involved in some of the biggest angles. Like, come on, man.
No, 100%. One of the definitely on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, 1000%.
Yeah. I think was definitely one of these guys that, rightfully so, it makes complete sense. Was like addicted to the high that you get from wrestling. Like, that makes sense. All of these guys probably are, right?
Yeah, the adrenaline of the crowd cheering, lifting the title. It's almost like, yeah, I've had this great victory, although we know that it's booked, but
Yeah,
I can definitely imagine that because there's nothing else really like it. It's like live performance
yeah,
almost. It's like
yeah,
a live theatrical performance. Like
yeah,
I don't even know what you would call it if you didn't call it professional wrestling.
yeah. That's true. um, it reminds me of when he was in TNA. He had a match against Sting at Bound for Glory 2011, right? And Hogan's the heel.
Jesus.
Yeah, Hogan's the heel. And it's 2011. This is 10 years after WCW's closed down. These two are wrestling and on pay per view, right? Hogan's the heel. Hogan's got his Immortal faction, Immortal and Fortunes. They've joined at this point. It's just an absolute mess of a faction. So, but they come out to beat up Sting and help Hogan, right? And they're beating up Sting. Sting's bleeding, hitting him with chairs and stuff. And Sting's like on his knees. He's like begging Hogan for help, right? Hogan looks around and like he tears his shirt. The crowd goes insane. Like to this day, it's probably the biggest reaction TNA's ever got, right? Man's like tearing his shirt, and then he turns on Immortal, his own group, and him and Sting beat the guys up. But that's like 2011. Like I can understand why, experiencing that, you'd never want to retire. Like you'd still be doing appearances like well into your 60s and stuff. Because that feeling's like nothing else. You know?
Nah, I can definitely imagine it being that adrenaline, that
Yeah,
bodily high you get from that.
yeah. Like, you have to watch after this. Yeah, slap it on. You'll know what I'm talking about. Like the feeling.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
crazy.
find it and watch that.
Yeah.
That adrenaline.
I mean, the match is absolutely overbooked. Like, yeah, as you can imagine.
has
I mean,
to be, though.
it has to be though. Yeah, yeah. Even when I saw, even like when I saw like Hogan take a bump on his back, I'm like, Jesus, like, don't keep doing that, bro.
It just makes you wince, isn't it? Because you
Yeah, like,
know
and it's not
what his
even.
back's been through. And
It's not the
how
craziest
fucked up
bump.
it
Like,
is.
you see Darby Allin doing worse shit on week to
Just
week.
probably just a
TV.
regular back bump, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it was.
And you're like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Because imagine just an old man with a bad back falling down. Doing that once
for
is
real.
bad.
Bro.
Add in all the shit that's
is.
already happened to his back and what he's done to it. Fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck that for a laugh.
yeah. Yeah, that's Hulk Hogan's career, though.
Yeah, we're not here to disparage the man or talk bad after he's gone. You know,
Not at all.
just here to respect his career, what he did for wrestling. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like he's in my personal top 5 or top 10 or whatever, but in terms of he's on the wrestling Mount Rushmore, it doesn't matter. He's on it. What he did for it, how famous he is, how known he is,
Yeah.
it's just a no-brainer. But what I did want to talk about a little bit is like his beef with Macho Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that the chat GPT.
Well, thank you
didn't
very much
include.
for that, innit?
Yeah, for real.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, that interview with Macho Man. Macho Man turned into like a different person, sort of. Not different person, but he just aesthetically looked very different.
Yes, yeah, because he's like, well, at that point he was probably lost a lot of muscle because he was just getting older,
Yeah.
and he looked just like a biker, innit?
Like how he was in Spider Man. He said Superman.
Yeah, facts. You're
Spider-Man.
going nowhere, innit?
Yeah, you're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes.
Yeah, facts. What did Spider-Man? Didn't he use like homophobic slurs? Like, did your husband make that?
Yeah.
Could not
for
run
real,
in 2025, innit?
Yeah, did your husband make that for you? Yeah, crazy bars, but facts. Like, it was just funny. It's funny to this day.
Yeah, facts.
It's the Spider-Man thing to say.
Bro,
Making a fun of man for being gay. You love to hear it.
you got to. Bro. Like when Tony said in the therapy, he's a fag. What was the premise? Like, so what?
Yeah, so what? He's a fake. You just say like, what do you mean? Like, it's obvious.
For real.
I hear it though.
He's expecting the same response that Ralphie was expecting when he said, hey, she was a whore.
Yeah, like the guy's supposed to
thinking of like,
say,
okay.
like, oh, alright, makes sense then. See you later.
Yeah, that's what they want, yeah.
It's funny enough because I just got my rewatch now. I just got to the episode where he beat the shit out of Tracy and killed her.
Oh, yeah. I guess
Yeah,
that
crazy still. Like, there's some crazy scenes in The Sopranos, you know.
Oh, there is, bro.
When Melfi's getting attacked.
Yeah.
That's a crazy one.
I know you like
some of the craziest scenes are when like Tony's just bare getting onto AJ like for no reason and then he's all crying and that. It's kind of something like that. Like, it's mad. Like, just violating the shit out of your son.
You got to.
You wonder why man doesn't have no confidence.
Yeah, facts. I know you rated the scene with Tony's mum standing at the stairs and she's blacked out.
Yeah, that was crazy. What's that later on, isn't it? That's like that season 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's towards the end. Yeah, it's like one of those fever dreams, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Or
Or
he's
is
in
it
a
when he's like
coma or
Kevin
something.
Infinity or something?
Yeah. That's one of them. Yeah.
That's probably like the best one in the whole show. Obviously,
Yeah,
the
low
one
key.
where he says, "You know, I've been working with the government, right, Tone?" That's one of the
Yeah,
coldest ones.
yeah. That's jokes. Like AJ called him Uncle Pussy, innit?
Yeah, that's crazy though. But to be fair, when
Bro.
the show started, that probably didn't mean what it means now.
Probably not. Yeah, it's not as no, it's not as wild back then as it would be now.
Yeah, if someone were to just write that as a character's name,
Yeah, you're getting
then you're
absolutely
getting looked at
violated.
like, yeah, you did that on purpose. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, for real.
It's not even man's name as well. It's a nickname.
Nah, for real.
That's mad.
Oh man. What's this UFC card saying though? When is the main card for like 8 o'clock then?
Yeah, I think around that. Yeah,
Yeah, it normally is for these Abu Dhabi
it's
cards, isn't it?
Abu Dhabi currently going on. Definitely worth watching though. Why not? You
Yeah,
never. Where when do you get cards that are on at a good time for us? Never.
for real. I mean, the only time you get is like for boxing nowadays.
Yeah.
You don't really get it for UFC unless it's
Well,
like
we're
you
having
said, the Abu
more
Dhabi
for,
card.
for the UK is having much more nicer ones though with the occurrences in Abu Dhabi. You're gonna have pay-per-views in Abu Dhabi as well.
Yeah,
Don't forget that you have
yeah,
pay-per-views in Abu Dhabi.
yeah.
So we're gonna
Facts.
get. I think Aspinall versus Gans in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
that's
think
gonna
it
be on
is
a good
still.
time for us.
Yeah.
Gonna be able to
Uh,
support Tom and hopefully he doesn't. I'll probably cry if he loses. But there's
can't
just
see
no.
him
I
losing. I
literally give
mean,
Garn like I literally give Garn like a 2% chance to win.
yeah, yeah. I don't see him. I don't really see how he's got any chance of winning. To be
Got out
fair.
wrestled by Ngannou. Got submitted by Jones in like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how he's getting this third title shot. That's absurd.
for real. Yeah,
Just a French gay boy.
for real. Would you call him the? No, I called him what? The Marco Flemings.
Yeah, the DeMarco Fleming of the heavyweight division.
What about the guy who said he got herpes?
Oh
He's just
yeah,
like
I don't know what his name is. He's
done,
like was
done an all nighter, innit? He's got
yeah
a. What's he got? Like an NFT that's gonna change the crypto game forever or
yeah
something.
yeah. I
That
got
shit was hard.
NFT is gonna change the fight game forever. He's like, I hope he's before my last fight.
All nighters as well. No one
Before
said.
nice. Nah, he was talking craziness.
I mean, sometimes after a fight, you just gotta let it out, innit?
Yeah, I guess there's probably nothing like just having beaten the shit out of a guy.
Yeah,
Maybe he might have won some boring decision for all we know, but he was talking
yeah.
mad
Who
anyway.
knows? Yeah, for real.
Whatever happened, he was talking crazy.
Yeah,
Just some bald guy.
for real.
That bald
From
prick in it.
yeah, man. The channel's been doing its thing though recently. Though, a couple of videos getting over 100 views. Your thing, I'm sure, is near 300 views, like 290 at least. I'm sure.
Yeah, somehow my Usyk and the UFC video together got like
Yeah,
500
man.
views.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That's not bad at all.
Thanks, bro. Why that motion, innit?
Gotta keep going with it.
Bro, I don't even know how many I made. I made like 7 today. They're short. They're mad short.
Unlimited side quests.
They're mad short though. The longest one's like 6 minutes. They're all mad short. Um, and then of course we done this pod as well. So there's like 8 videos I've got to upload.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think I should do for this one? Should I like use some of that footage that your cousin made for us, of us
Yeah.
talking?
Not a
Or
bad
should I just?
idea.
But I'm thinking, like, how can I even do it? Do I want to use just that and not use the gameplay anymore, or
Well, you
like
just
do
use the
half and
picture.
half? Yeah, because I'm not really
Um,
bothered to animate it to like
you could
our
try it with
voices and
just a
stuff.
picture and see what happens.
Yeah,
I suppose. There's
yeah,
a lot of that sort of things like this that would just have it that way, just with a picture, an animated picture.
yeah,
I guess you could try it with just a picture,
yeah.
see what happens, and if it seems to be worse, then change it back.
Yeah, or you can even do like half and half, innit? Like half the screen is a picture, then half is the gameplay. But yeah, I'll play about with it. I'll have a look.
Yeah, can play about it.
Yeah, but obviously it'll be safe to say it'll be Hogan on this thumbnail.
Yeah, of course. We went through it, most of it, a lot of his like in ring career.
Yeah, um, yeah, hell of a career to Hogan though. Did you
What a
want to talk
guy.
about him and Macho Man beefing?
Oh yeah, no, of course that's what we were talking about. No,
Yeah.
because yeah, didn't Macho Man make an album and he was dissing him? Like, what were they even beefing about? It all started with Miss Elizabeth, right, back in the day.
Apparently, I think the story goes that Macho Man got divorced from Miss Elizabeth, and Macho Man thinks maybe Hulk Hogan was getting in the ear of Miss Elizabeth. Was like telling him to get divorced and all these things, right? Um, I mean, Hogan denies it, but Macho Man says that's what happened. So you're never really gonna know the truth because both of them are dead now.
Yeah, you're never actually gonna know what
No, you
happened.
know, and I think even I think Miss Elizabeth's dead as well,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
don't
not
know,
sure.
probably.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So that's why they were beefing, and obviously Macho Man saying they were never friends, never been best friends, in it.
Never been friends, never been
Yeah,
acquaintances at best.
yeah. So there's that, and then obviously that took it to the next level. Then obviously Man made that album, innit?
It was quite cold though.
It had a few bars, innit?
He was quite cold. Oh wow, your boy Bryce Mitchell was about to make his debut at bantamweight.
Oh, shot guy 135 though.
Yeah, I picked him, so he better win.
Who's he fighting?
Saeed Nurmagomedov.
Oh,
He's
right.
Khabib's cousin, isn't it?
Okay.
They're
Oh
all his
yeah,
cousin,
remember.
really,
I
don't
remember
they?
seeing Nurmagomedov. I'm thinking there's no way he's fighting Umar. Umar would smoke him.
Or on the
So,
prelims
yeah, that's what I'm
of a
thinking.
fight
There's no
night.
way. It's like when I saw the 2K game in the game, innit? I see it,
Yeah,
like
like
no
yeah.
way.
You think the brand new 2K game is just like £10?
Yeah,
To
I'm
be
thinking
fair,
no
the
way. I'm
label
about to
was
buy that.
covering what number it was.
It was, bro, and I don't know. I don't know who's on it at any time.
But
I
like
don't know who's on the
logically, shouldn't
covers
that
at any
just
time.
register like, oh, of course
No,
the new
logically, I'm
2K
like, oh
game is a
shit, that's a
£10.
deal. I mean, that's a deal. Like, if I don't get that, I'm stupid.
Oh, I still remember us on the way back and like you're looking
Yeah.
at it and then that realization. Because I thought you knew what it was the whole time.
No, right,
So that's
no
why I
chance.
wasn't like, you know what that is, right?
That'd be jokes. I just open it, there's like a bomb in there.
It just blows up in your face.
You know what that is, you know?
Just gas just blows into your face. It's just Fent. Just Fent just gets
Oh,
blown
man.
into your face.
Oh, certain man would rate that, though.
So that man would die from that.
I mean, most man would die from that.
A certain man being all man.
For real. I'll slap this UFC on, rip the penny hard away.
Yeah, for real. It's all there is to do in life, really.
For real. No, you need to see the you've probably seen one of them before, like the 2 gram vapes, innit? The 2 mg vape, 2000 mg
Maybe
vape.
it's more of like the taller, skinny one, more less than a
No,
British
it's
thing.
it's no, it's more of a British thing. It's like a fatter
Oh,
brick. It's
oh,
like one of them. This was like a fancy one still. Like you got different settings and stuff.
you have to send me a picture and see what it looks like.
Yeah,
But nah, I don't know.
yeah, I
You got
will
that from?
still.
I mean, we could just snitch on whoever it is. Like,
For real, I should go straight to the trading standards team still.
and this isn't one of our acquaintances,
Mm.
like guys that we'd shout. This is just a shop.
It's like a regular smoke shop. They sell like cones and like normal vapes, like bongs, shisha pipes,
And
all
they're
these sorts
selling
of things.
these was it 2 grams?
Yeah,
2 gram
yeah,
weed vape for
yeah.
a pink note, £50, 50
It's a
Great
pretty
British
good
Sterling
deal.
pounds.
I did feel a bit pressured because I wasn't trying to spend bare money like that, but
You wanted to see what it was about,
yeah, for real.
and if you could potentially be going back there.
Yeah,
I think, like you said to me, although you would get more vapors for less from one of our guys,
yeah.
you kind of get more in that one.
Yeah, you get double. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it kind of it semi works itself out.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll have to pressure that guy to not snitch on him.
Yeah, for real. You just steal his vapes, innit?
If we want £2,000 now. No, I would never do that. I'm joking.
Nah,
No, I would never do that. But that would be
facts.
funny though.
It'd be very funny. Not funny for the guy, but funny for us.
Nah, of course, not funny for him. Nah, of course.
But fuck him, innit?
That's the only guy that's not allowed to be funny for him.
For real.
He can just, yeah, enough said.
Nah, for real. Yeah. Nah, for real. But RIP to Hogan. Uh,
R.I.P. man, all of his family.
seeing
Condolences to all
that
his family.
seeing that his wife's due to inherit like a multi-million-dollar estate, so that's nice for her.
Yeah, I'm sure he left over a nice little portfolio for his family, and
Yeah,
they'll be able to live their life and pass on some wealth also to their kids. So
yeah,
yeah, shout out to all them because they're probably going through it right now. But yeah, man, R.I.P.
no, definitely.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's been episode 35 of the Lonely Stoner podcast. I think we'll probably call it a day there. We'll be back for another episode soon. Of course, we're going to have loads of side quests coming for the following days and following weeks. Um, yeah, episode 36 will be coming soon as well. But I've been Seth.
And I've been Evan.
We're out. Cool.
Sweet.